In this video, I'm going to show you how forms work in FastFunnels, and you'll find them throughout the site anyway if you use one of our templates, perhaps on something like a contact us page. And you're going to be using them for your funnels to allow people to opt in, sign up for webinars and all of that kind of stuff. So first of all, how can you add a form into any page manually? Well, we do that with widgets. And you'll see that forms is just there under lead generation. And then you just left click and drag and then drop it wherever you would like to put it. So I'm just going to put it there in this demonstration. Now remember, you can pull these boxes around if it's in the way. And now we can choose what form fields that we'd like to have. So this standard here is just name, email, subject and message. But we can delete some of these if we'd like to, like this, just by clicking on the delete. And then we can edit them as well. Now it's important to make sure that anything that is completed here is going into your CRM for the lead and is going to be recorded. So the way that we do that is we match up the contents of these form fields to a field within the CRM. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Sounds complicated. Actually, it's dead easy. So usually the simple ones like name will already be done for you. So here you can see map to a CRM property, and that's what we're looking for here. We're going to make sure that when somebody fills out their name in the form, it goes into their name in the CRM. So that's very easy. In fact, I'm just going to show you so that you know what I'm talking about here. In the CRM, when you have a contact, you're going to need to have their name, and that's where the form will put their name right in there. And we'll do a form fill in just a moment. So going back to the builder and our form, there it is. You can drag the form, by the way, if it's too wide, and you can centralize it just by clicking align equals center. There we are. Don't forget to press save whenever you do these things. And then we can style the form. So we can do the labels and fields. There's loads of different styling options here. You can change the font size, you know, the border radius if you want to round the boxes. That's a really nice little touch there like that. We can change the font family. Let's go with a different one. I'll just pick Roboto, and then we'll increase the font size there just a little bit like so. You can change the label colors like this. You see the color changing in the background there. There we are. That looks really cool. And then if it's just too close to the other elements, you're always able to drag the form up and down and just create some space there around it. But going back to the fields, this is the real important part of it. You can add more fields. So let's just click add field. These are the standard CRM properties, and that, you know, the ones that you can just send the data straight through. So if you, for example, ask for someone's website, that's fine. It's already done. We have a CRM field already called website. You can choose whether you want to make it required or not. And then you can even add a little icon to appear before that particular field as well if you want to. So I'm just going to pick here like a globe. There we are, and pick a little globe for the symbol of website. And now you can see it's there in the box. I'm just going to save that too. So it's there in the box, and it looks really cool, but we can also put in the words there as well. So if you've got website, we can have placeholder text, and we'll put enter your, let's go, we can type enter your website here. 1, 2, 3, like that. And then that will just appear in the box in the background, and it just kind of guides people through as to what they need to do exactly when they're entering the information. So that's really good. Now, adding a new field that does not exist in the CRM is very easy. So let's just say that you wanted to ask for someone's month of birth as just a random example here. So we don't have that at the moment. So we need to go and create a field for that. So I'm just going to do that by clicking on this little link here where it says edit your properties. And then I'm going to go and add a tag, or create a property, should I say, and I'm going to call it month of birth. There we go. Very simple. And it's going to be a single line of text, and we're going to make it available in forms. So that means someone can just freely type in the box. So I've saved that now. That's done. Now if we go back to our form, we can just go and add that in. So after website, I'd like to do the month of birth, which has now appeared as an option. And there it is, month of birth. And we've got it just there. And again, like before, we can also make it a little flashy by making it required and then also adding in, say, a calendar, something like that. So we can see it's like indicating a month. And there you go. So that's really, really simple how you can go and add more things to your form. You can make this exactly the way that you would like it. We've covered the styling of the form. You can also animate the form if you want to. So when it comes in, you can make it zoom in like this. When they reach that point in the page, or, bounce in from the top, there's all the different options here if you want to draw people's attention to it. Let's save that now. Then we have the settings. Now this is a very important part of this. So first of all, I recommend calling the form something that you will understand as to where they have completed it. So I'm just going to put in here, just for this example, newsletter. And then if you want to be notified, as in get an email yourself or some member of your team, perhaps a sales representative, every new lead comes in, you can add in email addresses there. And you can separate them by comma if you want more than one email address to get notified. So let's just add in another one here and then choose the text of the button. So join our newsletter. There we are. And then what you want to happen when they have actually joined the newsletter and they've pressed the button, well, you can choose that too. You can either just show a thank you message, or you can send them on to another page. So the choice is yours. Very, very flexible. And you even can control the thank you message. Then just here, you can tag new contacts. So if you want to add a tag to this person and put something like joined newsletter, we can easily do that. We've created that tag now, and that tag will be applied to the lead, and you'll be able to see it in your CRM that they have that. And it's a really good quick way to find everybody in your lead database who has joined newsletter as a tag. Then we can go and connect up to an email list within your marketing section. This is really good if you're going to start using our inbuilt email marketing, which I highly recommend. And let's just call this one newsletter. And now when anybody fills out this particular form, they will go automatically into the CRM, but also into the email marketing section in the list that we've chosen, which was newsletter. You can also have people double opt in as well if you want to, for extra security. And there we are. So that's it. Now, if we go ahead and preview that, I'm just going to go down to the form. Let me just quickly complete that form. And you'll see me go into the database. We'll type in www.google.com there. And we're just going to put in there March. And then join our newsletter. So we've got the simple thank you message there rather than the moving on to another page, which you can do if you want to. Now if we go to our CRM, there I am in the database. You can see I've been allocated the tag joined newsletter. And then if we go through to marketing, you'll also find now I am a subscriber, and there I am right there in the email list, which is this one, newsletter. And there I am. So now you can start doing all kinds of things with me in the marketing section. You can email me, you can put me in automations, you can do all of that stuff just from the form. Now, the other good thing, which I've shown in a previous video, but I'd like to also let you know about now, is that anything that they fill out in this form, such as their name, can be used on the next page if you have a thank you page. So let me just go into this section here, the settings. And rather than show a thank you message, now we're going to move them on to another page. And we're in the funnel here, so I'm going to move them on to the next step here, which is the opt-in. And then what we can also do now is tick this little box here that says pass submitted values in the URL to the next page. And of course, we can then use them in the next page. So the next page in this case is going to be this one, which as it happens already has an opt-in. So maybe let's just create a proper page. Let me go to funnel and I'll just click add a new step because that's a pop-up. It probably wouldn't be the best example. And let's just go thank you. And this one, that's perfect idea. So thanks and add. There we are. So now if we go to the funnel, I'll go back to that home page and I'm going to choose that as the page that we go to. Go to settings and then I'm going to choose that thanks page. There we are. That's a better choice. Click save. So now people will end up going to that page once they've submitted the form. And here is where you can do something really useful. You can actually put their name here or any other element of the form. And you do it by simply putting in like a parentheses, param, which is short for parameters, and then the name of the field. So I could put here .name like this, and then another closing parameter. Now when I save this, that's done. So if we go now back to our first page, the home page, and I preview this form, scroll down, and then I'll fill this out again. Let's just put Dave as the name and J1 West. Let's just do that. And the subject line this, google.com, and then March. And now if I click submit, what's going to happen is it's taken that first name that was filled out there and it's put it into the thank you page. So it just personalizes that particular page. And yeah, this was covered in the personalization training, but as we're on forms here and it's so relevant, I thought I'd do it again for you there. And that's how you can personalize the thank you page. A really nice touch with the form. Also with forms, if you have gone to settings and you've gone to applications and you've added in any of these other providers, then you'll also have the opportunity in the form to send any leads that fill this out into that particular email marketing company that you were using, such as MailChimp. You'll have another box a bit like this that says connect to MailChimp, and then you'll be able to send your leads through to your chosen email service. However, of course, I recommend our own. It's all built in and it's around 1/3 cheaper than almost all of the major providers out there. And it's all convenient and under one roof. So that's how you use forms with fast funnels and on websites and funnels themselves. I hope you found that useful. If you've got any questions, then of course, feel free to contact our support.